DMs, or GMs if you prefer that terminology, are always seeking out ways to make things easier to run the game system that their group plans on running. Whether it be a D20 system, Cortex system, Storyteller system, or even a system that deals with cards. In the past, I've tried to implement tabletop programs to use in my sessions. Master Plan comes to mind. I had a TV laid down on a table and we hooked it up through the PC. I ran encounters off of that. Now, Master Plan was pretty awesome, but it was an offline application and very resource intensive. I began using Roll20 in June of 2012. Since then, they've added many features and optimized their code for their online virtual tabletop. I don't use Roll20 the same way I use Master Plan though. I use Roll20 because I'm far away from the people I play with, and it offers a fast and easy way to play the system that you want to play. In my case, D&D and Pathfinder. Now, let's look at the social features of the Roll20 site. It's gotten a lot better since I first joined up. Now they feature a more efficient overall forum, but especially for the looking for group or LFG topics, where people can list that they're wanting to start up a campaign or wanting to start up a new or existing one. They also feature a LFG search function. You can use this to locate and apply to an ongoing campaign that's looking for players. You can also filter out the non-noob friendly campaigns, so you can find people that like teaching new players. The downside of this is that some people don't properly list their campaigns or don't give enough information about them. However, between this and the forum, you now have a much better chance of finding someone to game with. Now we're going to look over the actual virtual tabletop itself. It's very straightforward. To start off, you go to the virtual tabletop and then click Create New Campaign. From there, you can launch in Roll20 itself, or use the Roll20 app in Google Hangouts. Even though I run my campaign in Google Hangouts, I prefer to use native Roll20, as there is much more screen space than in Google Hangouts. However, Roll20's video and voice options only feature TalkBox, a video and voice API that really only works around 50% of the time, and WebRTC, a JavaScript-based API. The problem with WebRTC is that everyone needs to have their Java updated to avoid any glitches. Even then, in my experience, players lost sound or their video glitched. Now I believe none of this is Roll20's actual fault, as they're using third-party APIs for video and voice. So for now, I recommend using Google Hangouts. The interface in the virtual tabletop is fairly straightforward and has a small learning curve. As a GM, the toolbar to the left allows you to select and move tiles, draw shapes, lines, etc., magnify the map, a ruler for distance, reveal fog of war and hide, turn tracker, an advanced die roller, and a pop-out to the help page. To the right, you also have a chat window, art library, journals, jukebox, card decks, and then a settings tab. The chat window is where you'll roll dice and whisper to fellow players or to the GM. You can also secretly roll dice as a GM, or roll dice to the GM if you are a player. It shows you how to do this in the chat bar too, so it doesn't take too long to figure out. Next, we have the art library. Here you can search your library of images that you've uploaded, or search the marketplace and web for images that you want to use. Oh, I didn't mention they have a marketplace? Well, they have that, and it features a growing selection of free and premium content, some made by the enthusiastic users of Roll20. The Journals tab allows you to add NPCs, PCs, and handouts to your group. You can also use it as a functional character sheet if you want. The Jukebox is a handy tool. It features tracks off of SoundCloud that you can search for, and also allows you to loop the track that you're playing. Now, the things that aren't the best about Roll20's Jukebox is that you can't have a playlist that moves from track to track. You have to manually stop the current track and select the next track to play. Some want even more than that by being able to play your own music library, but due to legal reasons, there's a good reason why Roll20 won't include that feature. Then there's the card deck feature. You can add your own deck and custom cards, but it is a tedious process. However, there's almost no fast way to do this, and I think it's a great overall feature. In the Settings tab, you can add macros that make your character roll an attack, or maybe display a text that he commonly says. This is where you can also handle the master volume level of the tracks, if your GM is playing the music too loud for you. To create a page is also easy to do. Simply click on the page toolbar in the top right area and then click Create New Page. You can edit the page settings as well as the type of diagonals the grid uses, and if you want hexes, you can use that too. The Fog of War can be enabled here as well. Now, Roll20 is free for the overall experience, but if you need more, they offer affordable subscriptions. Starting off with $4.99 a month or $49.99 a year, you gain a 1,000% increase in storage space. You get access to dynamic lighting and mobile support, unlimited active campaign listings, useful in looking for players, no ads for you and your players, and access to the Insider podcasts, as well as a profile badge that says Supporter. The higher price is the Mentor, featuring a 100% bump up in storage from the Supporter package. Dev server access, the higher price is the Mentor, featuring a 100% bump up in storage space from the Supporter. The higher price is the Mentor, featuring a 100% bump up in storage from the Supporter. It includes dev server access, mentors forums, highlighted listings, and email support from the dev team. So everything from the Supporter package plus more. This will cost you $9.99 a month or $99.99 a year. Also, your group can contribute and gift a month or more of subscription to show their appreciation. Let's talk support. They have an astounding active group of moderators, and the devs are extremely active in helping out with bugs. Riley Dutton, get used to seeing that name a lot in the forums. He's one of the creators of the site and takes an active role in solving any bugs that might occur for people. The devs are active in the community, and Nolan T. Jones, the dev member that's in charge of public media and such, has even featured my gameplay videos on the Roll20 Twitter as well as others. So, overall, Roll20 is a great virtual tabletop that's constantly improving. While I might change some of the features or add to them, such as the jukebox, it's still a great way to get back in touch with your old gaming group. Find a whole new gaming group or a mix of those two, or even use it just as a map system and have your buddies gather around a table with a TV or projector displaying your Roll20 maps. I urge you to give Roll20 a go.